In a fast-changing world, how can the right strategy drive transformation for your business? This is Real World Strategy Asia-Pacific, actionable insights for the new now. And we're joined today by Christopher Mack, a leader in EY Parthenon Asia-Pacific and Japan, as well as Sriram Changali, a leader in EY Parthenon ASEAN. A warm welcome to you both.
Hello there, and thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for having us.
Sriram, why is Asia-Pacific such an important market and area of opportunity for transformation?
Asian enterprises account for 43% of the top 5,000 enterprises globally, contributing to almost $20 trillion of revenue. So clearly from a contribution perspective, Asia stands out. The second is investments. Over half of the global investments reach Asia. The destination is Asia. So investments look to Asia for growth, right? And the third element is actually growth. And here, if you look at Asian GDP, it's expected to be 5 to 6% over the next 5 or so years. Whereas if you look at the rest of the world, it's probably going to be 2.5%, 3% at best. So if you look at all of these three reasons, Asia will be a key area, a key market, and ripe for transformation.
And Chris, what are some of the nuances, do you think, between markets in the region which need to be factored in when thinking about transformation strategy?
The APAC markets are incredibly nuanced, very diverse, from mature markets in Japan, Korea, to growing markets across ASEAN, to significant markets in China itself is incredibly diverse. So, a transformation program in APAC means you have to understand the local market in great detail, understand the level of maturity, understand the opportunities that are presented there, and understand the challenges that are presented there. So we start these kind of projects with a significant amount of detail, looking at what should the CEO be concerned with and how do they drive a transformation program based upon real data, real situations, and a lot of scenarios around what that future could look like.
And Sriram, what does strategic transformation actually mean for Asia-Pacific organizations?
The rate of change in Asia is significant, and the transformations need to stay ahead of that rate of change. And hence, CEOs need to make sure that those transformations are trying new things fast, failing fast if need be, and then iterating and getting the answer right. So I think speed is key. The second element is around customers and customer proximity. Customer preferences in Asia are changing rapidly. They need to be hyper-localized and hyper-personalized. And that is the second key element of a successful transformation, keeping these transformations extremely close to customer needs and making sure they're localized and personalized for the ever-changing needs of Asian consumers.
How do CEOs best identify the right strategy for transformation?
When we look at transformation programs, we like to do it based upon details and data, right? We like to study in detail the situation. That can be the customer situation, the market situation, and we like to build out detailed roadmaps that help CEOs to identify all of their options. We're not just talking about one option, we're talking about numerous scenarios that they have to go through. All of these what ifs and scenario analysis is where we like to start a transformation strategy.
Sriram, tell us, how have Asia-Pacific companies leveraged creative and innovative ways to tackle business complexities and disrupt the market?
If you put it all together, across corporates, investors, as well as startups, there is a healthy ecosystem in Asia addressing the innovative needs of the market. So as CEOs think about transformations while operating in APAC, there has to be a balance between doing things that are incremental and doing things that are truly disruptive. I think the best CEOs make sure that there is enough investment behind truly disruptive ideas where they take a bit of risk, make sure it is, of course, thought through, but take a bit of risk and make sure there are enough disruptive ideas to really push the boundaries on value creation and transformation.
Chris, what is the one key piece of advice you would give CEOs to drive sustainable transformation?
The main thing that we look to do is to start a holistic program, to not have any sacred cows, to be able to look everywhere across the business and try to identify opportunities. We then look to build consensus within the organization, and not just C-suite consensus. We're talking about deep consensus through multiple layers of the organization so that the transformation program and the strategy can be bought into by the entire organization.
Well, some really great advice there. Thank you so much for joining us today, Christopher Mack, as well as Sriram Changali.
Cheers. Thanks very much for having us.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me here, Sharanjit.
Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Real World Strategy Asia Pacific.